Alright, so MotoTales here. We're out riding today in Wilson's Creek. Got the Scrambler out, having a good day, playing around on these dirt roads. Wilson's Creek Gorge. So, I'll show you some really cool stuff, show you a really cool way to get here. But, I mean, the area is just covered up in beautiful roads, beautiful scenery, beautiful creek. Lots of hiking, lots of motorcycle, bicycling. Whatever you want to do outside, you can definitely do it here. So let's go find out how to get there.
So we're going into historic downtown Blowing Rock because that's the best way to get there. And it's the most fun. And you got a lot of shops and a lot of cool little things, so people like to come up here and hang out. But we're right in the middle of Blowing Rock here, but you need to pay attention because I need to show you where to turn off. Main Street, Blowing Rock. You get here at the main little intersection where the only red lights are. Go past that little park. And then your next turn off is this really cool one right here. Brick roadway here, I guess is what you would call this. I don't know. It's pretty. It's got a lot of pavers right here. If you go this way, it gets you out of the downtown part as quick as possible. So you go to the end of that little road and take a left onto whatever this road's called. I don't actually know. Alright, but you follow this road until you come up to this stop sign, and then something really cool happens. You know, we're right there in the middle of Blowing Rock. But then, you get to this stop sign. I'm going to go just a little bit past it. See what that says? Pavement ends. Narrow, winding road. Aha! Alright, but this is called Globe Road. This is going to run us down to, oddly enough, the town of Globe, North Carolina. You can tell it's still really early spring here. So the leaves, or the trees haven't even started to bud yet. Maybe a couple of them have, I guess. But you can still see mostly through everything, so you can see the mountains over in the background over there. So I'm not even a half a mile outside of Blowing Rock already, and look, I mean, we're right in the middle of a forest. There's one house there. That's dirt road. You can't beat that. That makes for a great day of riding, in my opinion. This road is pretty bad to be washboarded. You know, where you get the little ridges in it. I'll hit one in a minute and you'll be able to tell what I'm talking about. You can kind of hear it in my voice right now. It's causing me to go, I swear I think they've been through here and scraped this road recently, because this gravel is like loose packed, which is good and bad. So it makes it kind of squirmy feeling. And I don't think the camera does a very good job of showing how steep this actually is. Got to be up there at 8 to 12% grade, I'm guessing. It's steep enough that if you build up a lot of speed, it's going to take you a bit to get slowed down, especially where it's gravel, so you just go sliding into the ditch like an idiot. So we don't want to do that today. So you just get on this road and go till you hit a stop sign. That's how you know you've reached the town of Globe. We've only traveled about 8 miles, and you can tell a difference. I mean, you looked at the trees on the top of the mountain, and no buds, no leaves, no nothing. Down here, these trees are getting really close to, you know, what they're going to look like in the summer with all their leaves on and stuff. It's a huge difference. But it's amazing how much different just, you know, a couple thousand feet elevation change can make. Alright, you see, but you come to this intersection, but that one's a dead end. It just goes up to that church. So there's really no reason to go that way. So he pretty much forces you to go this way. And you will see wildlife on these roads, so you do need to kind of be aware of it. Deer, raccoons, possums. Occasionally you could see a bear, snakes, obviously, squirrels, rabbits, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, a little bit of everything. Everything that lives in the mountains will be roaming around out here somewhere. Going down into Globe. I mean, we've been in Globe, but I mean, this is kind of the middle of Globe. So you're going to come here to this bridge, and where there should be a stop sign, but there's not right now. But you're going to take a right on once you go across this bridge. And I don't know what this road's called. See what it says here on the Rev app, if it'll tell me. Oh, Anthony Creek Road. So you're going to take a right on Anthony Creek Road. And so pavement ends. Oh, we're going back on the dirt here real quick. Little bitty bridge. Whoop, whoop. So there's something really cool right here. There's a waterfall. You just pull right here and get you a nice little view of this waterfall. Yeah, that works. And there's an Adventure Riders or North Carolina sticker here. I know those guys.
But what I really wanted to show you, there's a primitive campground right here, or a camping spot, not a campground, just one spot. So we just kind of have to park up here somewhere and then walk down there. There's a fire pit and a great little place to set up a tent. It's cool, very cool. And you will see people here bicycling. Like there's a couple cars parked here. They all have bicycle racks on them. So more than likely I'm going to run into some bicycles, keep going this way. So it's something to keep in mind. Make sure you don't run over one of them. Let's go.
So we're just going to continue right on up Anthony Creek Road, and that's going to take us to another little town that I think is super cool. There's another little waterfall up here. It's worth stopping and taking a gander at real quick. I don't know if it's really classified as a waterfall. Might be more like a water chute. Oh, there it is. I found it. Hold on. There it is. That's the other waterfall I was talking about. That's pretty cool, right? Looks like you could just walk up there and slide down it like a slide. Onward. Ain't this a cool little thing too? I don't think this is open to the public or anything, but somebody's got them a little shooting range. Hey, there's a turkey. See the turkey? Gonna run away from me. Let's see if I can get him to gobble. Nope. This is gonna make him run away. Oh well. So there is an intersection here. This goes back up, if I remember right, if you go far enough, I think it goes back up to the Parkway, the Blue Ridge Parkway. But it takes a bit, and it's not that interesting. Some here's motorcyclers. Oh, that's rough. But they have just put this gravel down, I guess, within the last 2 to 3 weeks. So it's loose and that is washboarded out so bad right there. Oh, but we're pretty much there now. We're coming into the tiny little area called Gragg, G-R-A-G-G. I have no idea what the population is, but it can't be many. There's just not much here. So, but there was one intersection, and that'll take you back out toward Blowing Rock, I believe. It's called Edgemont Road. But we're going to go straight. And that's going to put us on something. Yeah, that puts us on Edgemont Road. So the Creek Road turns into Edgemont Road, and we're going to stay on that for a while. But if you take that right at the intersection, it takes you back out, and then I think you can get on the Blue Ridge Parkway there too. There goes another forest road that way. I've never been on that one. I don't know where that one goes, and I don't know what the number is. Sorry. Scrambler is just the perfect bike for these kinds of roads because it smooths it out enough to make it fun, and it's totally capable of handling, you know, when it gets a little rougher. There's a lot of trees down right through here. I'm sure this is all thanks to Hurricane Helene. Tons of damage. Oop, big curve. Bumpy curve. Ooh. More bumps. This road is beat up right there. As you can see how much devastation there was, though. All these trees are down behind me. Whoosh. Such a pretty place, though. I love riding like this. Hey, it was a motorcycle. Looks like that was a V-Strom, wasn't it? They're the ones that got the square headlight now. What in the world is going on here? Well, they put a bunch of gravel down right there. It must have got washed out real bad or something. What's this? Oh yeah, they have just put this gravel down. This has been in the last day or so. Definitely sometime this way. I bet it's been Monday or Tuesday. That was very fresh. As you can see, it's not even been run over in the middle. It's still humped up. Still rough as anything. It's like they just dumped it and didn't bother to grade it or anything. And some of these spots just look completely different than they did the last time I was here. As I can tell you right now, I do not remember this, but you can tell they've had to work on this quite a bit. I'm assuming it must have slid, and they had to come dig it all out, because you can see that, you know, machine marks or tool marks or whatever in it. And you didn't used to be able to see through there, so I'm guaranteeing there's a lot of destruction right over there. I told you I've been here before. I could prove it. That familiar to anybody? I don't know who put that there, but I recognize that sticker. I like this little bridge. It's very cool. Let's stop and see if we can see any fishes. Because usually when you come here, you can see a bunch of trout swimming around. I don't really see them right now. Where's some bicycles? That's probably the ones we saw way over there. Told you we'd see some bicycles. So a lot of fishing in the river to the left. That's Wilson's Creek. Lots and lots of fishing. I don't know so much about right now because I know the hurricane messed up some stuff in the river, so I don't know if there's a lot of fish in there. But you know, fishing season and stuff, when you come through here, you'll see a lot of people parked on this road and down over the bank fishing for trout or whatever. Well, this whole area is just fantastic to come and ride because it's just got everything. Yeah, I mean, just look at that. I mean, that's awesome, right? That storm. You can see how pretty the river is, though. Sandy beaches. Just such a nice place. Such a pretty place. Yeah, Mortimer Campground is open, which is cool. I like that. So yeah, that's a pretty good sized campground. It's got showers and all that kind of stuff. But if you're thinking about coming here and staying, that'd be a good one to go to. There's where I'm thinking about, if they're open. Groceries and provisions. Letters to Santa. Yes, we're open. Alright, cool. We're right here, so I don't block that. I'll block that either. Betsey's Old Country Store. That's what this place is called. Anyway, they have really good hot dogs and food, stuff like that. And it's one of the only places that's out here in Wilson's Creek to, you know, get refreshments, use a bathroom, that kind of thing. Definitely stop by. They're good people. But now we're on Brown Mountain Beach Road, which has a really cool feature on it that I'm going to show you. If you come here in the summer, you'll see lots of people out here playing, swimming around, fishing, and all kinds of stuff. Just a beautiful place. Another gravel truck. I'm going to give him the right of way as much as I can. It's on these little roads out here. You can argue who's got the right of way, or you can just say, you know what, you're in a much bigger vehicle than me, so you can have the right of way. How pretty is that up through there? It's just such a pretty place. I know I keep saying that, but it's just pretty. Oh, the road's paved. Must be we're getting ready to go over a bridge. So this is a forest road right here to the right, too. Hey, you can see that truck going up it. It looks like they're actively working on that one, so I'm not going that way. So that's not the way we're planning on going anyway. Not pretty, though. Hold on. Such a pretty river. As you can see, the beginning of the gorge here to my right. The river's getting quite a bit lower than the road now. I'm a little worried they may have the access stairs and trails and stuff that go down to the river closed off. I mean, but you can see this whole road right here was covered up in trees. Looked like they had stuff everywhere. So I noticed that last access point was closed. There's one right here too. They got it closed. That's not good. We may not be walking down. You can see off to the right, the big hole right there. I don't really want to fall in there. You can see off to the right there is the gorge. Creek has come down and cut through all the bedrock and left all these little rapids and rocks, and a really cool place to come in the summer. You can come out here, you play in the river, do some fishing, lay out on the rocks on the riverbank. It's just a good time. It gets really crowded July 4th. That's about the only time that you should totally avoid it, though. All the rest of the time, it's usually pretty good. You see everywhere these rocks are on both sides like this, there's all these trees piled up where they had so much tree and debris and stuff fell down. They had to come through, cut it all out. Just a huge mess after the hurricane. That's a nice view, though. Can see what I'm talking about there, just in case we don't get to walk now. See the river stretching out through there where it's cut down in there? So pretty.
It does require a little bit of walking on your part to get down here. Most of it's pretty easy hiking. I'm not talking about long hikes. You just gotta go down this flight of stairs to get down to the river. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. See, I say that on the way down. On the way back up, though, I have to go up these 100 stairs. That's when you'll hear me huffing and puffing. Alright, so they wouldn't let me in there. They had everything closed. But I had some drone footage from the year before. You know, this kind of gives you an idea of what we're looking at. I mean, you get down in there and it looks like this. You can go and walk around all this and swim and play in the river and do all that stuff. Very cool place. Get off your ass. Go to Wilson's Creek Gorge. It's an amazing place. It's a hidden treasure in North Carolina.